Good evening, dear viewers. 6 p.m. Cairo local time. You're tuned to Channel 2. This is Mirna Ghaznawi, and it's time for the news bulletin, starting off always with the headlines. President Sisi meets with ICT Minister and Military Academy Chief. "23 people, including children, killed in intensified Israeli attacks in northern and central parts of Gaza. And Russia downs 296 Ukrainian drones overnight. Welcome back with the news in full, where President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi gave his directives to complete executive measures to implement the Digital Pioneers Initiative, which is designed to revamp IT and communication abilities of trained youth, and which is due to be launched in September 2025. The President was speaking at a meeting with Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Amr Talat, and Egyptian Military Academy Director, Lieutenant General Ashraf Salem Zahir. He emphasized the need for focus on cooperation with specialized local and international technology bodies in order to develop leadership talents of Egyptian youth in light of a state strategy for building specialized digital capabilities. The head of state instructed the continuation of implementing a digital transformation in state IT infrastructure upgrade plans. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Expatriates Affairs Badr Abdel-Ati headed to Morocco on Wednesday on a visit that aims to boost bilateral ties between the two Arab countries. During the visit, Minister Badr will also exchange views over regional challenges and supporting security and stability. Palestinian rescuers said 23 people, including children, were killed Wednesday in intensified Israeli attacks, mainly in northern and central parts of the besieged Palestinian territory of the Gaza Strip. Civil Defense spokesman Mohammed Bassel said 9 of the head were killed in an Israeli airstrike that hit the home of a journalist in the Al-Saftawi area north of Gaza City overnight. Another 6 members of another family were killed in central Gaza in a strike that left 15 people wounded, including children. Another person, a civilian, was killed in near the southern Gaza city of Khan Yunis. The UN on Wednesday condemned the U.S.-backed aid system in Gaza after 1 person was killed and 47 people were injured during a chaotic food distribution that saw shots fired by the Israeli occupation army. A crowd overran a new Gaza aid hub set up for Gaza's southern city of Rafah by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which has been slated by Israel to take over aid operations. The UN and other humanitarian organizations have rejected the new system, saying it allows Israel to use food as a weapon to control the population. A Gaza media office accused the Israeli military of orchestrating the chaos near the site, adding that 7 people remained missing. Meanwhile, UN spokesman Stephanie Dujarric said obstacles facing UN aid distribution in Gaza, including the arduous process to coordinate with Israeli authorities to get UN trucks to the loading area to pick up aid and to determine if roads for these trucks to traverse are safe. The Israeli occupation military allowed 95 trucks belonging to the UN World Food Programme and other aid groups into the enclave on Tuesday, but Gaza residents said a number of trucks were targeted by looters. Some of the UN trucks carrying humanitarian aid were seen entering the Karm Abu Salem crossing in southern Gaza on Wednesday morning. The Palestinian Red Crescent said on Wednesday it had received the body of a man who, according to his cousin, was killed overnight by Israeli occupation forces during a raid in the occupied West Bank village of Jit. The medical organization said in a statement that it had received no information on the circumstances of the man's death. Since the start of the Gaza war in October 2023, Israeli violence has soared in the West Bank. Israeli troops or settlers have killed at least 937 Palestinians, including resistance fighters, in the territory since then. Houthi media in Yemen said Israel had struck Sana'a airport on Wednesday, shortly after Israel announced it hit several targets in the country. Al-Masira television channel reported the attack on Sana'a International Airport in a post on X without providing further details or reporting casualties or damage in Sana'a. Earlier, the Israeli military said Wednesday it struck Sana'a airport for the second time in a month, targeting Houthi militants. Israel last struck the airport in Sana'a on May 6, destroying the airport's terminal and leaving its runway riddled with craters. Some fighters to Sana'a resumed on May 17th. Russia's defense ministry said on Wednesday that its air defense system has downed 296 Ukrainian drones over 13 regions overnight. Ukraine launched on one of its largest ever attempted drone attacks on Russia overnight, sending almost 300 drones across the country, including dozens towards the capital, Moscow. The attack comes after Russia pummeled Ukraine with a record drone attack over the weekend, in strikes that Kiev said killed at least 13 people. The escalation in air attacks in recent months comes even as negotiators from both sides held their first direct talks in more than 3 years. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli today witnessed the signing of articles in cooperation between Holdi Pharma, a pharmaceutical holding company affiliated to the Ministry of Public Business Sector, and the U.S. drugs giant Dawa Pharma. The agreement aims at manufacturing medicines and food supplements and exporting them to global markets, particularly in North America and Europe. The Prime Minister said that the move is a crystal clear proof of the international investors' confidence in the capabilities of Egyptian industries, particularly in the medicine sector. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli today chaired a weekly cabinet meeting which focused on a number of political, economic and social files. The cabinet reviewed a report by Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mahmoud Ismat on his ministry's plan to upgrade the percentage of used renewable energy to 30% by 2030 and relevant projects to reach that target. The Minister of Planning meanwhile briefed the cabinet on the progress made on the national program for structural reforms, including a mechanism to support the wholesale economy and the state's budget with the European Union. Proposals to develop the comprehensive investment activities nationwide were also tackled. Moving to the world of economy, where Egypt's bourse was mixed at today's close amid purchases by foreign corporations and local and Arab investors amid sell-offs by local and Arab corporations and foreign investors. The market capital of listed companies added 4 billion Egyptian pounds, reaching 2.2 trillion at the end of transactions. The benchmark index, EGX 30, rose 0.3% above the 32,490 point mark. The equal weighted indices EGX 70 and EGX 100 both dipped 0.4%. Moving to the world of sport, our defending champions Al-Ahli will face host Farco in a risky clash today at 8 p.m. Cairo local time in the final round of the Egyptian Premier League. The Red Devils currently on 55 points in the league standings, two ahead of second-ranked Pyramids, will need a win or a draw to officially seal the title. Farco are in the 7th place on 32 points. In the meantime, hopes still hang for Pyramids' coronation of their first title in the local competition in case of Al-Ahli's loss. Pyramids visit Thermica Cleopatra, and the Maresca targets football history for Chelsea in today's UEFA Conference League final against Real Betis. Victory in the final round of Premier League matches on Sunday secured Chelsea qualifications for next season's Champions League. And now Maresca's thoughts turned. Dear viewers, by this we come to the end of our news bulletin, but do stay tuned for more updates coming your way.